climb. What's happened here? Riders stopping here. I'm just wondering, the road surely isn't that narrow. There's somebody actually adjusting his bike from Rabobank right in the middle of the road there. And I think that we have a rider who has flatted on the far side. It is a rider from, well, it's not Popovic, no, it is Novell, Benjamin Novell. And Kurt Attel Arvidsson also had a flat tyre. Well, that's amazing. The road was so narrow, I think we've had at least 3 flat tyres at the same time. And because the road is so narrow, the riders have brought the field to a standstill. That can only help the breakaway at the moment. Little bit of a preoccupation here. Arvidsson has got a long, lonely road now because we're running into the last 20 kilometres or 12 miles of the day. Meanwhile, up on the front here, riding up towards Farthing Common Summit, is Stefan Ogier. It would be the biggest moment in his life as a cyclist if he can survive to the points he needs. That's why he's not giving the thought of Canterbury a single moment in his mind. He just wants those 3 points at the top. 13 miles to go. Well, at 12 miles to go, that's where the line is drawn across the road as we tug our way up Farthing Common here. And 29 seconds, so he has been helped by that stoppage. Sometimes forces other than bicycle races are on your side, I think. Well, he's stamping away on Farthing Common here. He's about a kilometre, well, he's about a mile from the top of the climb, Paul. It's amazing.
He has found something very special. All he's got to do is just to get over the top of this climb. But I think the little bit of drama at the back there was Robbie McEwen was involved in that accident. And Robbie McEwen is chasing with a couple of teammates, trying to get himself back into this race.
Well, we don't really know what happened back there. Riders changed wheels, but it might well have been a tumble of 4 or 5 riders in that narrow road. And unusual for Robbie McEwen to ever get involved in a tiff like that. He's nearly always brilliant bike handler. But this now is Stefan Ogier. He's hoping he's going to have the greatest moment of his life here because he's never worn a leader's jersey of any colour in the Tour de France. And if he keeps on, this is what's happening here.
Another problem at the back here. This is Mark Cavendish, who's also had a bit of a problem with his bike, and he's actually shouting at the side of the road there. The team manager is up alongside him.
He's got to stay calm. He's got to stay calm. They'll get him away quickly. Now there's a problem with the front wheel. No, that was I think that was a replay, wasn't it?
That's a little bit of panic for Mark Cavendish there. He's got to stay calm and get back into this race.
Well, this is Ogier making his way up to the front. Mark Cavendish has had his problems at the back, and Robbie McEwen has had his problems at the back. 5th Tour de France for Ogier, and he has never had a leader's jersey. Now, the problem, whatever's happened in that lane, Paul, we've had McEwen stopped. We think it was a fall. We don't know. We've had riders change tyres. The polka dot jersey tomorrow will be worn by Stefan Ogier.
It might not be. David Miller is on the front end of the main field trying to get himself 2nd place. If David Miller in the yellow jersey gets himself 2nd place there, he's going to be equal on points.
I think he
to
has.
That man.
Well, there was a Sonia Duval rider there. Now, we don't know if that was Miller. Paul, is this the first or the last day of the Tour de France?
I'm not really quite sure.
If that was David Miller at the front, and it looks like it was, because there he is swung back now. There was 2 Sonia Duval cross that line together. He's got the lead.
Well, we're going to have to wait for the judge's decision. I did see the last time we caught a very quick glimpse of the front end of the main field. David Miller setting the tempo. But let's not forget, you can see now Team Quickstep getting themselves organised. I need to know right now, where is Robbie McEwen, who was off the back with a couple of teammates chasing to get himself back into the main field? Where is Mark Cavendish, the Team Mobile man who was expected to do well in this sprint? He is off the back. Stefan Ogier is going to be back in the main field any moment now. There he is, and he will wonder, he will want to know. He's trying to talk to the team manager, who got 2nd.
Well, we're waiting to find that answer as well. And what's this, a bike change again for Mark Cavendish? Well, the problem wasn't solved. Well, welcome to the Tour de France, Mark. It's your first day of a road race section of the Tour, and at the most crucial stage of the race. A man who could win today for the Isle of Man is now having to fight back into the race at just 18 kilometres from the finish. Ogier has gone back into the pack. It's blue skies overhead. It's blue jerseys on the front. Cedric Vasseur now racing for Tom Bonen of Belgium. Miller got 2nd. Miller's on the podium tonight. We just hear it, in fact. So it is all good news for one British rider and a lot of wasted effort for another right now.
Well, that was really bad luck for Mark Cavendish. First day out on the open roads, I'm sure he was nurturing thoughts of trying to get himself a victory. Even if he does get himself, Phil, back into this main pack, he's going to have a very sore pair of legs. This is the train behind for Robbie McEwen. Look at McEwen there, just sitting behind his teammates. They have all dropped back to try and pace Robbie McEwen into the main field. Robbie McEwen has now got less than 12 miles to get himself back into the main field. And will he then not only be able to get into the main field, but get to the front of it?
Serious look on Robbie's face right now, but it's the man has won 176 bicycle races since he turned. Beautiful crowd, it's a lovely day, and the Tour de France is saying its farewells to England in magnificent style here, while the lonely figure of Cavendish will come in by himself. This field has gone through the barriers, and it is looking for a lead out at 1 kilometre from the finish now. It may well be Eric Zabel who will take on Tom Bonan. I still can't see Robbie McEwen from the helicopter, but there is a jersey down there from his team. Now, as we see them come off this banner here, and our cameras have had to move away from us, but that looks as though Zabel is not far away. Zabel is lined up in 3rd place here. Bonan is in 4th place. Bernati is in 5th place. The big sprinters, and they're waiting for the move, and Foster is in there as well now. Watch out for Hunter, who's also going to have a dig for Barloworld. Robbie Hunter, as he wobbles all over the road now, and they're chasing him down as best they can, but this is going to be a win for Robbie Hunter, or is it? The South African rider is trying to take them to the line here. This would be a tremendous surprise, a wild card team for victory, as Hunter grits his teeth as he gone too soon. Robbie Hunter, Robbie McEwen is coming. McEwen, the acceleration on the middle of the picture. The man off the back is going to win. Robbie McEwen, the man from nowhere. Welcome home. Unbelievable. I don't know, Paul, how on earth does that happen?
That's impossible. What Robbie McEwen has just done, he was at the back of the main field with 5 kilometres to go. He fought his way through that field, Phil. He never gave up. He never thought about giving up for one moment. Look at this picture. You can't even see a Robbie McEwen anywhere at all in that picture. And then all of a sudden, when we pull back, there is the pink jersey of the rider from Predictor Lotto. He was down, he was out, but he's a pro. He's a professional bike rider. He waited till the last possible moment. He never panicked. He kept his calm like a magical poker player.
I can't believe that. Hunter thought he got it. Now let's look at this again. That's Robbie Hunter on the front. Look at the speed of McEwen. Off the back, off the front. Tom Bonan comes far, far too late. Hushoff too. They're all trying to get him. This is the man who is the fastest finisher. He doesn't win by inches, does he?
He certainly doesn't win by inches. He certainly wanted that. Congratulations there coming from Robert Forster as he comes across the line. What a great win.
As they file away now through the cameras, there's the two-arm salute. Is it one of amazement, or is it, hey folks, here I am? As always, McEwen, I make that a win about 178 in his career. But as far as Robbie goes, that was magnificent. And as usual, he'll have a great tale to tell us. There's the finish. Who needs a photograph when Robbie's winning? Because that for him is his 12th ever stage win in a Tour de France.
And I think that was probably the hardest one that he's ever had to come by, because he had to battle to get back into that race. And I know exactly how he had to battle to get from the back of that main field up to the front of the peloton in those final few kilometres. He must have taken incredible risks to pull himself up there. He must have gone up through the inside on a number of occasions, and there is confirmation.
Well, that was unbelievable. And Robbie Hunter, who, if you've ever read the Harry Potter novels, always has an invisible cloak on till he wants to be seen, then he takes it off. And Robbie McEwen there producing an incredible result. He beat Thor Hushoff in the end over Tom Bonan. And Hushoff himself is showing us just what a great sprinter he is when the occasion arises. Well, there he is. The little man with the big heart and the immensely strong legs. He's got a hurt wrist here. How on earth he pulled on those handlebars. The crowd loved Robbie here in London, as they did up at the start in Trafalgar Square. He got the biggest cheer of the night when he came up onto the stage. He doesn't believe he's won. He's just shaking his head. Well, I know that everybody in the United States is watching these pictures and the rides a bike and appreciates just the enormity of the achievement tonight. When you're off the back, you rejoin in a huge group and you get through that pack, and then you come with a run like this and you go over the top of the world's best sprinters, then you've got to tell someone you deserve to be the winner of the stage of the Tour de France. We'll take a quick break, but we're not going far. And there he is, the winner.